Hey girlfriends, it's your girl Shelly V, and I'm not even gonna do all the subscribe, do all that stuff. Let's just get right into it. So, I have been in deep reflection about quite a few different things, and just to kind of, in case you're new to my channel and you're like, I don't even know who Shelly V is or anything about me. See, I don't even want to like launch into it. Like, I just don't even want to launch into it. Actually, I'm just going to really just speak to the individuals who have been following me and know my history. For those who are new in this video, you're like, what is she even talking about? If you go back and look at earlier videos of mine, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This has to do, though, with how I was getting my hair cut and how I was caring for my hair and the damage that I feel I sustained as a result. Okay, I just want to say that I really wish I could go back in time. I wish that I could just have moved differently through the situation from my end. I can't speak to how others have conducted themselves, but I can only speak to me and myself. And, you know, I just feel like I started out with just sharing my journey and sharing what was going on with my hair when it was good, when it wasn't so good, and when I felt like it was really bad, and now back to good, right? And my intention was never to create a situation or create drama in the natural hair space. Like, that was never my intention. And I mean, who would have thought that just sharing your journey would culminate into everything that has transpired? Certainly not me. I mean, I didn't even think that I had a voice big enough for anybody to even hear that I was saying that I was having issues with my hair and what those issues were, according to my own thoughts and feelings. So with that said, you know, as it's just taken on a life of its own, my gosh, I literally, over the last 7 months, I really just wish I could turn back the hands of time and perhaps do things a little differently, move a little differently. Like, I wish that, and I don't even know how, because some of the stuff has just been so sloppy and egregious, even on my end, that I'm like, I'm at a loss. You know what I mean? So if I could do it over again, I would just really work harder to have us all just sit down at the table, have a mature conversation around things, and work on solutions right away rather than pointing the finger and look, look, look. So I was talking to a friend that I hadn't talked to for a while, and she asked me what I had been up to. And I was like, girl, I've been fighting with people on the internet. And she was just like, what? And as soon as it flew out of my mouth, I was so embarrassed because I had already been in deep reflection about everything that's going on. But as soon as it came out of my mouth and I started talking to her about it, and I was telling her that it was about hair, we both just sat there and kind of like chuckled for a second, because it was just like, how ridiculous is that? And how ridiculous does that all sound? Now, granted, that's not to take away from the fact that it is a very emotionally charged, conversation, because our hair is our crowns. Our hair is sacred. Our hair holds history. It's a big part of how we show up every day. And so it's not to be taken lightly, but for us to be arguing over hair is just so silly, especially with all the trials and tribulations in the world today and all the real serious stuff that's going on in the world today. Like, I just feel so silly, and I'm frustrated at myself. I'm frustrated that I didn't handle things better. I'm frustrated that I didn't stand up and be a better person in it and a better voice throughout it. Because maybe had I stood up and moved differently through it to encourage the different parties to come together and really have an open and honest dialogue about everything and be solution oriented instead of pointing fingers, maybe things would be a little different right now, because I'm so frustrated at myself, because as I've been pointing fingers, I have 3 pointing back at me. And what have I added to the conversation other than, look at me, look at my hair, it's been damaged, I'm frustrated. Okay, we get that. We get that. But what are we doing to fix it? That's where the conversation should be right now. Not all this other stuff, not all the clapbacks and all of that. That is not indicative of me, my personality. That is not how I want to live. That is not how I want to show up as a person. Whether it's doing content creation, being an influencer, being just a private citizen and sitting back, that is not how I want to show up in the world. Like, period. I don't want to fight with people. I don't want to be at odds ends. I want to laugh. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy all aspects of life. I want to enjoy doing my hair and sharing what I'm doing with my hair, instead of every little aspect being scrutinized and I'm scrutinizing what others are doing. It is just not that serious. And so I take ownership for the role that I have played in it. And so I'm going to challenge us all today to move differently and to be solution oriented and not have this divisive wedge between who is still using butters and oils or products that are heavy in them versus who is not, who's getting their hair cut in a curly state versus who's not. Like, who cares? At the end of the day, who cares? Like, if you're happy and you like it, I love it. If I'm happy and I like it, you should love it too. Like, who cares? There's more than one way to get to the same result. And at the end of it, if you love your result, then that's all that matters. At the end of it, if I love my result, then that's all that matters. But to keep going back and forth and just, like I said, the clapbacks and tit for tat and just all that, I'm done with it. I don't want to engage in that. I don't want to participate in it. There's nothing positive that comes from it. It's all coming from a place of hurt. Like, I know that anytime I say something or anytime I react, it's coming from a place of hurt, a place of sadness, a place of anger, a place of passion. And all of those things right now are misguided and misplaced. And I choose to move differently. And I had told myself, I was like, self, come 2024, we are not taking this into 2024. But you know what? Forget that. Forget 2024. It starts now. It starts now. So I'm going to tell you that if I am doing a live on Instagram and you follow me, which thank you if you do, and you ask me about it, I am going to politely not engage with that portion of the conversation, because the information around how I feel, what I think, what I believe to be true as it pertains to my head of hair, it is out there. And you can take it for what it's worth or not and move accordingly. And that's just what it is. But to keep pounding that same nail into the wood, child, I mean, there ain't no nail it's in there. Okay, it's in there. And I just need to go back to having fun, to enjoying the journey, just sharing what I do, and allowing others to do the same without trying to stifle or control or, be like, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Because I have started to move in a way that I can't say that I am proud of. Like, and I know it's because I feel very passionate. I know it's because I feel dedicated to everything that's going on. And I feel this odd sense of responsibility to help others fix their hair who feel like they have fallen in the same boat that I have. But honestly, it's not my fight to fight anymore. And I don't even know if it was my fight to fight in the beginning, because I never sought out for it to be a fight. I really was just sharing my hair journey. I really was just trying to share it in real time and be as completely transparent as possible. And oh my gosh, had I only known what any of that was going to snowball into, I don't know if I would have, I don't know. But what I do know is that I should have moved differently through it. But this is all about growing and maturing through a situation to the next level. And the only way that I can do that is to just stop, take a deep breath, recalibrate, reset, and move differently moving forward. Because what's going on now is not it. And all it's doing is hurting others. It's hurting the natural hair community. It's just hurting. I'm going to leave it at that. And I can't, I realize I just take things so personally. And like when I see certain pictures or people share their stories with me, I take it on as though it's me all over again, and I can't do that. I just can't do that anymore. And because it's causing me to, like I said, move in a way that I'm not proud of and that I'm not comfortable with. To know me, to be around me, you would know that I'm a goofy, happy-go-lucky person. I like to crack jokes. I like to tell stories. I like to have fun. I like to laugh and just be silly. Not all of this. Not all of this. This is something I don't even recognize. And I have slowly lost myself in it. And I honestly don't even know how that happened, other than, there's so many emotions and frustration and anger and passion. I should have used my energy towards it all and my passion towards it all in a different way. But hindsight is 2020. And if I could go back, I really would have tried to move differently through it. I would have tried to have thicker skin through it. I would have tried to, even though I felt hurt through it, that I would have just reacted differently, even when others reacted in a way that I was hurt by. But maybe they were hurt too. Maybe they were frustrated too. I'm sure that that's the case because we're all human. So, with all of that said, I just want you to know that for myself, not for anyone else, I choose to move differently moving forward. For me, it's all going to be around just solutions to how I'm continuing to repair the rest of my hair that still has a little bit of damage in it, and what I'm doing to care for my hair so that I can have the hair of my dreams, my goal hair, which I'm really excited about. And that's it. That is it. And it should have been that way from the beginning. It really should have been. So, anyways, I thank you for following me. I thank you for allowing me, to just kind of stumble and find my way. I'm grateful for the opportunity to still learn and to grow from different lessons. I'm thankful for being able to tuck my pride in my ego and hang it up at the front door and just say, you know what? Certain things are just not worth it, and certain things just aren't right, and certain types of behavior are just not good and they're wrong. And so for all of that, I do apologize. And I do just thank you for giving me the grace to learn and to move differently as I learn. Anyways, hopefully my next video will be of my updated new hair care routine. Keep in mind that it is a work in progress, that I'm still tweaking stuff, but I want to bring it to you in real time and just kind of share with you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And doesn't mean it's right, but it's just what I'm doing. And I'm actually having a lot of fun doing it. So I hope to see you, along for that ride too. Whew. And until next time, bye, girlfriends.